think we're live. Oh, hey, look, we're live. Hey, everybody. All you see right now there is a screen with a big logo on it. And we're going to get going live here without Kennedy. So all the mistakes, still his fault, but just here on Facebook. So share it out. We don't have it on YouTube and all that stuff. All right, let's do a thing. Let's do a little intro and get started with Huggy Bear. Here we go.
The following is a presentation of Stewed Productions.
All right, that's the thing. That's the thing there. And then how do we get rid of it? I don't know. Boom, there's me. Hi, everybody. Josh here. We're doing Liquid Lunch Live, trying to make all this stuff work. The sound you hear behind me is it's Huggy Bear. And let me see if I can transition to Huggy Bear next to me. Let's see what happens here. There he is. Huggy Bear. All right. Woo.
How's it going, Josh?
It's good now. I got it going, and now you're with me, and I see your awesome mask and all that. So what's going on with you? I should ask you that.
Yeah, well, we're gearing up to open up. May have seen we're reopening today. We got some guidance from TABC, and we're transitioning our license over to more of a restaurant license. And so we'll be able to open up for dine-in service, just like a restaurant, half capacity inside and full patio outside.
Okay, so it's been a roller coaster of emotions. It's been a roller coaster of regulations. I know you've got a busy day ahead of you. You guys are opening up tonight, right?
Yes, this afternoon at 4 o'clock.
Okay, so take me through the whole story. Where have we been? We've been opening, Local Group opened. We did an episode of Interbrews. You can go back and listen to that. It's like it was the last episode we did before the world melted down, right? And
yeah.
So that's where we'll start. Take it from there.
All right, yeah. So we opened up February 28th to our soft opening, and then we were gearing up for our grand opening a few weeks later, and then we got word that we got shut down. So they closed down all the bars, all the restaurants. We did to-go immediately. I think we skipped a day. We immediately pivoted to to-go sales. So we were doing to-go food, to-go beer. Unfortunately, we had to furlough almost all our staff. So that was tough, just opening up and then just having to shut down immediately again. Also, our first day we opened, we had the boil notice was in effect because that pipeline burst on North 610, the water main.
Yeah.
And so I think that happened the previous day. So that previous day and the next morning when we opened, we were under the boil advisory. Luckily, it was lifted that day, and we had backups. We had boiled water in use and everything. That was tricky. But then, so we shut down on March 16th, I believe, and right before St. Patrick's Day. So we were gearing up for St. Patrick's Day. Shut down, did to go for a while. Then the governor reopened the bars up. I think that was early June, I want to say. So we reopened our dine-in shortly after that, once we got our staff back in and everything, and we were doing a reduced capacity there for the inside. And then I think the capacity increased again a few weeks later. And then I believe in July we got shut down again. They closed down all the bars, tap rooms, breweries, wineries, everything like that.
Yeah. And
then, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was saying, now we're here.
So and then now we're here. So some back and forth. We saw, St. Arnold was open. They opened up their patio for dine-in, and then CABC came by and said, no, you're selling more than half beer, especially if you count your to-go sales. And they're like, whoa, hold on, that's not cool. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So I think it was a week later, they finally cleared that up, said, okay, no, we won't count to-go sales because that's basically you're drinking somewhere else. So it doesn't, you're not drinking on site. Plus they are counting deliveries too, like kegs and package. So, so they cleared that up, and then they could open up again.
Did they ever give any guidance or reasoning behind all? Is it just because they had rules on a page and they're those people that are like, well, we have this rule, so we have to follow this rule. Is that basically what it was?
I'm not sure why the interpretation was like that. I know that several bars got shut down because they're basically acting like a nightclub, and then people were just dancing and drinking, and there's no. I mean, you saw the videos they posted. You may have seen the videos. CWC posted them where they went in and took videos of people, and then so they were like, okay, we can't have this. I know a lot of health experts are like, bars are just terrible. People drink, they get their inhibitions fall away, and so they do stuff that they shouldn't or wouldn't normally do. So that's kind of the reasoning for at least for shutting down the alcohol places. So now but they put some guidance out. They said if your sales are less than half alcohol, then they're letting you open back up like a restaurant.
Okay.
And so we're doing that and switching our license over to a restaurant license as well. So in the future, we'll be treated just like a restaurant. Because basically that's what we are. We're a brew pub. We got a full kitchen. We're more of a restaurant.
How does that affect distribution or anything on that side, like down the road when that becomes a thing that can be done again and all that kind of stuff?
It doesn't affect anything because this is just our on-site license, basically, is how we can operate. Okay. So we're still a brew pub. That doesn't change. We've always been a brew pub. We're still a brew pub. It's just our alcohol sign changes, which is the alcohol sign is just a weapon permit.
Okay.
That's the only thing it's for, but they're using it as a cutoff for alcohol sales.
Did you said a weapon permit?
Yeah. So basically, if it's I think, don't quote me on this, but I believe a red sign says no weapons at all allowed on the premises. Because you're selling more than half alcohol, people get stupid, and you don't want guns there. If you have a blue sign, that means you sell less than half your sales are alcohol.
Okay.
You can have concealed weapons on the premises, but you're not allowed to open carry.
Okay. Well,
I could be wrong on that, but I think that's how I remember it.
I don't want to put you in any danger from the officials, but when I was there last, when we did our podcast, these hands are super dangerous, and I just walked right in with them. So just to be open and honest with everybody, when I'm walking around, you just never know. So
I think that's open carry, I want to say as well.
Is it? But
those aren't concealed, are they?
Only when I put them, like I don't know if I'm putting my hands in my pocket. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into the. I don't want to put anybody in any, bad situations there. Quick shout out, Tripper watching in Bernie. How's it going? Tripper Matthews, Matt, and John, all the Johns. We got all the Johns watching today. So Foamy Head, what's up? Yeah, we're not on YouTube today. I had to scramble. No, not scramble. I just underestimated what it would take to put it on the restream. So if anybody's got any questions for Huggy Bear, send them along there in the chat on the Liquid Lunch side. That's what I'm watching currently. I have a very important question to ask you. What beers are going to be on tap this evening and going forward?
Yeah, that's been tricky too because we opened up. We had 4 beers for our soft opening. I just brewed 4 more. We had 8 on. We were about to do our grand opening before we shut down. And then all our beers, I was focusing everything on more dine-in type. We were focusing on the tap room. So it was easy drinking beers, still a lot of flavor, but not something too high on alcohol. Stuff that you want with food. And so those are the kind of the beers we put out initially. Once we shut down, we kind of changed to go. And people want to purchase something a little bit different beers on to go. And then also we've started ramping up our keg sales, which is not a lot, obviously, because all the bars were shut down. But there are still restaurants pouring beer. So we're kind of ramping towards that. So that's kind of changed. Once the restaurant opens up again, I'm hoping we can go back towards focusing on the tap room. We'll do a mix of both, or all 3. So we'll have to-go sales from the tap room. We'll have the keg sales out in the market. And then we'll have the on-premise sales. So there's going to be 3 different kind of expectations what people want.
Okay.
But we will have 13 beers on. 13 beers on starting today. And I believe we may have, yes, 13 beers.
13 seems to be an appropriate number for 2020.
Yeah, lucky 13.
Yeah, it all the things. What about food-wise? You got any special dishes, and do you have any like recommendations for pairing food and beer and all the yummies?
Yeah, so we got a full kitchen. Our chef comes from the Post Oak Hotel. He was over there doing been in fine dining for the last dozen and a half years or so.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a really good background, really good food, but we're trying to make it approachable too, not too pretentious, but very flavorful. So we had to kind of reduce the menu down. We're running with a limited kitchen staff as well.
Okay.
So we can't do everything we were doing, but so far we're still doing all the buns are made in-house. We're doing all the desserts in-house. We have, our burger is really good, chicken sandwich. We have a Texas steak melt. It's like a chopped steak melt on a Texas toast, jalapeno cheddar bread. And then we have a steak. We have a bacon steak as well.
Mm.
It's a big, thick cut of bacon.
Ooh.
We smoke. Our chef smokes all. He's got a smoker, and so we're just smoking all the bacon and chicken wings as well. We got some of the best fries around. Yeah, just kind of a good variety of stuff.
Yeah, bacon steak. That sounds like what everybody needs. That's what we need right now. I mean, it's just like the cure to COVID. Maybe I don't know if it's a cure. I can't say that, right? They'll take me off the internet. But
what can bacon not do?
I don't know. There's no thing bacon cannot do. Hello, Adam Cryer from Baleson watching.
Hey, Adam, what's up?
Jose watching as well. Let's see, Greg watching from Mississippi. How are things out there? And Evan as well. People wondering where Kennedy is. Kennedy is on assignment, which is our default answer to say he had to work today. And we're going to do a show tomorrow, so all the bells and whistles will be back. But right now it's just this face and the great Huggy Bear. You mentioned the buns. Everybody, I want y'all to understand that Huggy Bear has the best buns in town.
They're raved about.
They're everything you want in buns, including the.
Yeah, but he does a good job. And that's the thing is like you don't think about it when you get into food. If you're given a bun, you got to make the sandwich to that bun. Mm-hmm. But since we're making our buns in house, we can make the food as we want it and fit the bun. We can make the bun any size we want, so we make it exactly the size we want for the sandwich. So it kind of gives us a little more flexibility as well. Plus, it's really good. You get fresh buns.
Yes.
Who doesn't love fresh buns?
Adam says, "What's up?" And also Tripper from Tusculum up in Bernie. He's asking about the. Let's see, exclude your offsite sales to get to your 51%. Yeah, if you want to, what did it like as far as y'all you relicensed as a restaurant. So, I'm guessing your sales, your food to beverage sales were pretty close anyway.
Oh yeah, well the food was our alcohol was always under 50% during the time we were open for on-site sales. Once the dine-in was open, the first time and the second time, we ran all the numbers every single week. We sold less alcohol than everything else, and so they're counting food and merchandise as well. Okay. But even I think our alcohol was less than 50%. Our food is more than much more than that. So
okay, so it's just as long as alcohol is below the 50%, right? So you could, if you sold 1 million T-shirts. Like that T-shirt you're wearing, or that face mask from Cask Branding, perhaps that with the awesome Local Group logo on there. If you sold 1 million of those, you would still that would help to put you underneath the 50%, right, and keep everything going.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So
but we're not having to do anything special right now. We're going to keep an eye on sales, obviously, adjust things if we need to. But yeah, right now, like I said, we're definitely more of a restaurant, so people. Half the money people spend is on alcohol, half of it's on food. We have beer and wine too, so we're including wine sales and alcohol percentage.
Okay, but just so everybody, just to have this in your mind when you're going out and you're supporting local, not just the, if you're trying to help keep them under the 50% to keep them open, grab some of that merch and then you can rep them out. So because you can't drink beer in your sleep, but you can wear a Local Group shirt in your sleep.
That's true. Yeah. The merchandise helps. Plus, we already have merchandise that we bought. We bought a whole bunch of merchandise for gearing up, and so now we're sitting on a lot of it just because we haven't had a chance to sell as much out the door. So,
right.
So yeah, that helps too. Any gift cards, merchandise, hats. We're selling glasses, T-shirts.
Yeah.
Cool sunglasses, all the usual stuff.
Right? Because it's still summer,
Oh yeah.
You guys, location-wise, you're right down. You're not far from Minute Maid Park.
Yeah.
Can you hear the games and the fake crowd cheering? Why?
I haven't been here at night yet. We were hoping we could see the fireworks when they did the Friday games, but I haven't been here on a Friday yet. Tomorrow night is going to be a change. I don't know if they're playing tomorrow night or not in Houston, but yeah, you can see it. We can see downtown from here. We're I think we're less than a mile from St. Arnold. We're just north of 610, just north of I-10. Yeah, we're kind of in the 59, 610, I-10. There's like a little saddle. We're kind of right in there, right by not far from St. Arnold. So it's an area that's kind of changing, and we're kind of one of the first ones in here. But some good stuff. Just got to get open. So
yeah, seriously. Okay, so we hear the brew house or something running in the background. Is there anything like in those?
Yeah.
All those beautiful fermenters and everything behind you? Is there?
Yeah, so I brewed yesterday. So I brewed like a little hoppy session ale yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm cleaning today. I got the mash done and the kettle going right now. Trying to get that all finished up before we open up.
Okay.
It's almost done. Just got a few more things to do on it.
Okay. Well, I know you've got a busy day today to get back ready. What time? I don't have any fancy graphics again because I don't know, whatever. But 4 o'clock today, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna do Thursday 4 to 9, Friday, Saturday 11 to 10, and then Sunday 11 to 9. So we'll be open for lunch Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then we'll be open for after work evening Thursday through Sunday.
Okay.
So we'll hope to capture a lot of the crowd. We're gonna be closed the first part of the week, and then that'll give me a chance to do some brewing, do some cellar work, things like that. But yeah, come on out, have a beer, have some food. We got our patio open. We got some shade that we're putting up with some fans, so it should be pretty bearable.
Yeah.
Especially if you get the fans going. Sit right in front of the fan, get a nice breeze. We got lots of cold beer, so come on by. 13 flavors. I think we got 4 or 5 IPAs, a stout, Scotch ale, horchata, a couple sours. Yeah,
a little bit of everything. Looking at the weather tonight for outdoor dining, it's remarkable. It hadn't been as hot for August. We've gotten pretty lucky the last week or two, considering what time of year we are and where we live. So, as the sun starts to go down, it gets pretty pleasant out there, especially with a little breeze going and a beer in your hand. So, yes, I say
pretty nice. You can see downtown. You can sit in the patio and look at downtown as well. So
yeah,
it's kind of cool. Right at dusk, right when it gets to nightfall. That's pretty cool.
All right, it's good stuff. All right, any other questions real quick for Huggy Bear? Send those along. He's got to get back to work. We don't want to keep him. John is having a Live Oak Grzycki. I've got a Live Oak Pils. I didn't even talk about what I'm drinking. We'll do that real quick. It's time once again for what you're drinking. Live Oak Pils that I grabbed real quick because we'll do more. There we go. Ooh, that's a good sound. But what is going to be your first, hey, we're open beer that you're going to get? And, just, is it going to be all work tonight? Or do you get to sit back and just say, all right, here we go?
It's going to be mostly work, but I'll try to take a chance to sit back and enjoy it. It's going to feel good. I'm excited to have people in the tap room again. We do miss that.
Yeah.
I love working in the brew pub because you get that immediate interaction with the customer. I make a beer, I pour them a beer, I hand it straight over to them.
Yeah.
They drink it to their lips. You see their eyes close, their head rolls back. They go, ah. And then you just, get that immediate feedback. It's really cool to see that. So I'm excited for that. So I think we do have a new one. We're gonna try to get on this weekend. It's a new IPA. And so I gotta taste that today and see if it's ready to go.
Okay.
And then our cherry lime sour, Martina's Elixir cherry lime. We just put that on a few weeks ago. That one's really nice in the hot weather. It's like drinking cherry limeade on the patio kind of thing.
That's good stuff. The new IPA, what's it look like hop wise? Where on the spectrum of IPAs?
Yeah, so it's gonna be kind of like a hazy. We got some Citron Eldorado in there, and then I dry hopped it with Citron and Azaka. And then we split half of it, and we're working on a milkshake version of it. That should be out in a few weeks. We'll have to see how it's coming along. Pretty good.
Okay.
That's not ready yet, but the base one is ready.
Okay.
So hopefully it should be nice. The Azaka and citrus, citrus a nice fruity citrus hop.
Mm-hmm.
Azaka's kind of got a stone fruit, a little bit of character to it, so we may get a little bit of peach out of that. I haven't tried it carved yet, so I've only had it in the fermenter. So today will be the first time that I taste it all carved up, and hopefully it's ready to go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it might take a few days. I got to get the carb right first before we can serve it, but otherwise, it should be good to go.
Okay. All right. Well, that's exciting. I'm glad to hear things are moving in a positive direction. Even if it's incremental little nudges here and there, it's good to know that a little bit of beer therapy is available for everybody to get out there and enjoy a delicious meal and a fantastic beer that goes great with it in a great place. So, Huggy Bear, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Well, we're also doing beer to go like we've done the whole time. We've been closed. We do have a little 16-ounce growler machine. So we're filling 16-ounce cans to go of everything we got, and it's all pretty fresh off the tap. So, yeah, come on out, grab a beer to go, grab a beer for here. And thanks for having me on, and hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah. Hey, how are the crowler, the can, how's your can supply?
So far, so good. I have seen some rumblings that the supply chain may be interrupted. There's a lot of people buying everything in cans right now from the grocery store, so we're having trouble with.
As I pick up my can from the grocery store.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
So everyone's drinking more sodas. Everyone's drinking, everything. There's not as much draft beer sales. There's not enough draft soda sales. So everyone is trying to get. I'm sure they're. So we haven't had a shortage yet, but hopefully we'll see. We're going to try to make sure we don't have a shortage. We're also getting a canning line later in the year, probably end of the year, early next year. You'll start seeing some cans coming out.
Okay.
I want to try to do some releases, but that's still a couple months out. There's a little bit of a lead time now on canning lines. Obviously, everyone wants to get one. So. Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. We'll have to come down and check it out when it comes in, and just an excuse to have you on the show. So.
Definitely.
All right. Well, James Huggy Bear Wolf, sir, thank you so much, everybody. Local Group Brewing back open this evening, 4:00. So once your lunch break is over, you got like 2 hours. Come up with an excuse, get out, and go have an early dinner or snack and a beer or whatever with Huggy Bear and the crew at Local Group. And, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, James, I'll let you get back to it. And
all right. Well, cheers.
Cheers to you too, sir. Local Group, everybody. All right. We'll end it there as I do the buttons.
All right.
Thanks, Huggy Bear.
Thank you.
He's the best. Huggy Bears. There we go. That was a fast transition. All right. I'll wave to him. I think he can still hear me. It's all good. And then I'll do some awkward clicking over here. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Here's the studio. You can just end it, Huggy Bear. I'd only have so many fingers, so many hands. All right, so let's see if I can turn that thing off. Of course, Kennedy not here, so now I'm struggling to try to figure out what I'm doing here. Hopefully, this won't mess anything up. I'm going to do this right here. All right, I don't know what I'm doing. Did it do it? There we go. All right, so here we go. I saw Mary. Hi, Mary. How are you? Yeah, I'm flying solo today. Kennedy completely abandoned me, and so now it's just me in the studio here, and it's lonely and echoey, but I do have a beer, and I can chat with whomever decides to jump on and make any comments. We are going to do a full show tomorrow, and I'm working out all the setup stuff here so that we can do more episodes more often, and video on the go, real easy setup, all that kind of stuff. So a lot of things on the up and up here with the old Liquid Lunches on your Thursdays at noon. Next Thursday, I promise, or next time I do one of these shows without Kennedy, I'll be up and running on all the Periscope and YouTube and all that stuff as well. And so there you go. Yeah, so it's good to go. Mary, what? Throw that down there in the chat. What you got going on over there at Thistle Draft Shop up in Spring, everybody? If you have not been to Thistle Draft Shop, we're going to do our 200th episode there at some point, even though this is episode 202 and tomorrow will be 203. And Kennedy just didn't want to do any more lettered shows. He got really upset, like the most upset I think I've ever seen Kennedy, other than the time that I accidentally unplugged his computer right before we went live. I'm drinking the pills. Live Oak Pills there, Philip. It's just super crispy, and I mean, I don't have to tell you about Live Oak Pills. It's just delicious. We all know that. So good. The beer run. Thank you, Matt. Yes, Thistle Draft Shop is open. Oh, and coffee. Mary, throw the hours into the chat there. The coffee. How did the coffee art, the cappuccino art? I can go deep on. I can go deep on being a barista. I was a barista for a while in my life, and it was one of the most fun jobs I've ever had. I'll be honest with you. The beer run, Matt. Hello, Matt, and all the shout out to the Rogue Brewers. Kennedy would be upset if I didn't. Yeah, Live Oak doesn't have bad beers, Philip. They just don't. They don't know how to do that. The beer run was a lot of fun. It was. I met up with Kennedy, which I normally don't do unless I absolutely have to do the show. Kennedy and Jules. It was awesome to see Jules again, and producer Perry. I don't know if you guys remember producer Perry or not. Producer Perry. And we ran around, and we went to they went to, what was their first stop? Wherever their first stop was. I don't know. I wasn't with them, so in my mind it didn't even happen. My first stop was at 11 Below. And got to see Jeff and Bryce and Brandon, and got to share a moment of chat time with those guys. I miss them a lot, and I miss all my friends at breweries. But you know, there's some breweries where you've connected, and at 11 Below, we got I was there when they did the grand opening for an episode of Interbrews, and we got to share that time. So they're like family, it's like beer family. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for Thistle Draft Shop, just so I don't forget everybody. Coffee now in the mornings. Coffee starting tomorrow. Hey everybody! Here's an update for your Friday. Getting ready for a liquid lunch at noon tomorrow. Before you do that, go to Thistle Draft Shop. Free coffee, not just like Folgers or Senka in your cup. It's like artisan, delicious, handcrafted coffee. Hey, yeah, Mario, what's up? But yeah, that's Thistle Draft Shop in the morning, 10 a.m. Is it? I don't know. Are we still doing officially Thistle Coffee Shop? It's always going to be Thistle Coffee Shop when you're drinking coffee at Thistle Coffee Shop. Anyway, you don't have to leave Thistle Draft Shop ever now. You go first thing in the morning, get your coffee, get your day going, get your mind right, maybe do some reading. You know, mask up after your second cup of coffee, do some reading, contemplate what you're going to have for lunch, turn on Liquid Lunch with your earbuds in. Hopefully you have a spare battery. Charge up. Do all that. Okay, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, Saturday. All right. There you go. All the things you need there at Thistle. And, of course, practicing all the cleanliness. They've always been on top of all of that, but even more so now in the times in which we find ourselves. So socially distanced tables, capacity at the guided amounts and all that, and still the service that you know and love there at Thistle, and the delicious food and the great beers. Thistle Coffee Shop, Thistle Draft Shop. It's good stuff. Okay, back to the beer run. Sorry, Matt. Bit all over the place here. Let's see, 11 Below. That was great. I got a case of beers from 11 Below. Robocall was one of their IPAs. there you go. Wi-Fi and outlets there. All day, your all-day place to be at Thistle. Turn your gain up, Josh. Oh, a gain? My gain's my gain. I feel like my gain's pretty good. You know, like my gain. Is that any better? I don't know. Trying. How's that? That should be a little better. Anyway, robocall. I got the strawberry Be Somebody. What else did I get? Duck Duck Juice, I believe, is another one I got out there. And there was one more. It leaves me. But then we left 11 Below, and we trekked up 249 to Tom Ball and ate at Fire Ant. Okay, a little better. Maybe it's your phone. Do you have, is there a volume? Try the volume. I don't know. Oh, maybe that's better. Try that. Oh, thank you. Kennedy sniping in on the comments section. Why don't you go back to brushing your hair there, bro? So then we went up to Fire Ant Brew Pub there in Tom Ball. They have some good food there. I had the nachos. It was a ridiculous amount of food. Ridiculous. And it was really good. We had Jules had the chicken sandwich that was good. That was really good. I didn't try to bite, but the look on her face. It was the first time I'd seen her actually enjoying herself around Kennedy in quite some time. Just kidding, Kennedy. And then what did Perry have? Perry had the tacos. Kennedy had the tacos as well, the carnitas tacos, I believe. And yeah, so I believe everybody really enjoyed that. And then after Fire Ant, we went all the way out to Magnolia and went to Lone Pint. No Blake or Heather, so they weren't there, but or Trevor. But I'll tell you what, I was so full from lunch the nachos at Fire Ant. The problem was as soon as we rolled up to Lone Pint and they have the barbecue. Is it Reveille? That barbecue out there is fantastic. I ate too much regret, and I almost wanted to, I don't know what I would have done. I was feeling desperate though. I wanted to get some of that barbecue, and it's fantastic barbecue out there. But anyway, got some Undead Head Ed to go. They have it bottled. It's not quite Undead Head Ed weather yet, but I think it's a good one whether or not the weather is cool. So Undead Head Ed available there at Lone Pint and possibly in a market near you. After Lone Pint, where did we go? We went on our own route. That's a typical Kennedy thing. He's rebellious that way. We didn't go on any of the fixed routes because that would be too easy. So we left Lone Pint and went back down 149 to 249 to Bearded Fox, and I got some Aunt Rose, and they were there serving up beer to go. There at Bearded Fox, and Aunt Rose is one of my favorite beers, and it's just super duper good. So I got a crowler of that. And then after we left Bearded Fox, we went to Klaus. And let me tell you, I don't get to have Klaus beers as often as I would like. And if you have not tried Klaus, they're up here near Cypress, kind of on the border of Jersey Village, Cypress, Houston, that whole area. West Road near 1960. They have a big old outdoor patio, so hopefully they can get that up and going for the peoples. But I got a few different bombers. They were doing like bomber 4-packs, and I got their Berliner. Of course, they do a lot of really traditional German beers. Their Berliner. I came home. I had to meet my next door neighbor. We had a date. Me and Bill. Bill's my next door neighbor. And we had a date to fix our fence because we had a rotted fence, man stuff. And I'm not going to talk about my yard, but my yard's looking pretty good with all that rain. Anyway, so I had to meet Bill, and I ended up running out of time I wanted to visit a couple more spots. I was wanting to get out to Wicked Boxer. They're down at Barker Cypress and 529, but they run a little earlier, and then Twisted Acre over here in Cyprus on Grant near Telgi. They run a little later. They don't open until 3. So if you're making your trek up here to try the beers up in the Cyprus metropolitan area, Go Wicked Boxer early, Twisted Acre later, and then everybody else in the middle. But so I didn't get to do that. I had a date with Bill, and we had to replace some 2x4s, and that was a fun time because Bill's a good dude, and you guys don't know Bill, but you should get to know Bill. Anyway, I don't know what any of this has to do with anything, but I did. I guess that just means I had to cut my beer run at that moment. The rest of the crew, I think they were going to go see Adam and Sarah at Baleson, but I think they didn't look at the time, and I'm not sure. They ended up, I don't know where they ended up. They ended up going south of town to 6th Ward. I think that was on Sunday, though. I go look at their at the Liquid Lights Instagram. All the posts are there. But picked up a lot of the Berliner again. Drank that after I mowed the yard. After my date with Bill, I realized that my backyard needed to be mowed. Really, it was really in need of a good mowing. So I sweated buckets, lost weight, and then cracked open that crisp, tart Berliner from Klaus, and it just was just when you get that beer and you take that sip of beer and it just kind of like hits you in the heart. Like here, right below, like where your stomach and your heart come together. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. It hit the spot. But I've got, an Old World Hef. He called it Old World Hefeweizen. And I've got a Pilsner in there. And the Bach. I had a Bach that night with, what did we have to eat? The Bach was so good, I don't remember. We had, steak? We had something. Anyway, roasty meat kind of thing. Anyway, he has a Bach that they lager. He said they lagered for a really, really long time. So traditional, classic German styles there at Klaus. And others, they have like an IPL and some Belgian. He had a quad that he gave me a while, when we did the podcast. That was just one of the best quads I've ever had. So anyway, Klaus, when you come up this area, this northwest area, Klaus definitely one that needs to be on your list as well. So that was my beer run. How was y'all's beer run? Did everybody go on a beer run? Speaking of beer runs, my buddy Jason Pitts right now, I don't know if he's watching. He's driving around the hill country right now. He's making a beer run up in the hill country area. He's going to Jester King. He's going to pick me up a couple goodies that he's my proxy. So if you know anybody in Austin and you can order and have them pick up for you there online, that was real easy. So looking forward to getting some Jester King. The cornbread kvass. I'm going to be getting some of that and their collaboration with Live Oak. So that'll be a good one. All right. Anything else we need to cover? Beer run. Thistle. Huggy Bear. Local group now open for your pleasure. Is there anything else that we need to cover? I don't know. Well, I'm not going to sit here and just make you listen to me ramble. Here's a shameless self-promotion. Latest episode of Interbrew is going up quickly. It's another required drinking with Keenan Zarling. Yeah, Philip, that's one of those things. It's those beer runs. They are... it does take. We went out. I left at noon. I didn't get back till 5:30 or so. I think we drove. Did we drive over 100 miles just right here in that area? Houston's a big old area, and you don't. It was fun to put together all of that stuff and make that run. Sylvia and the Beer Collective put all that together, and it was really cool to see everybody running around and supporting local, and hopefully they do that in other markets, Austin and Dallas and San Antonio and Hill Country and all those areas. But just keep going and buying beer to go when you need beer. I say even forego getting it at the grocery store is fine if you're if you're doing your shopping, but to get to drive by the brewery and just to see the faces and the people behind the beer and maybe grab some merch, because like I said, you can wear the merchandise 24/7. The beer only lasts until you're done drinking it. But then the merchandise helps support forever. People be like, oh, what's that? You can let them know. So anyway, there you go. So keep supporting, guys. We're going to get through this. Things seem to be, well, I'm not going to say, they seem to be trending slightly better. If local groups opening again and Thistle's open, things are trending better. Everybody, let's stay positive, you know? Can't last forever, right? Right? Can't last forever. All right. Well, this is a weird monologue thing that I've been doing for a very long time here. Normally, Kennedy would have made some awkward comments or done some things or interrupted. And now he has not. So I think I'm out of things to say unless anybody else has anything else they need to mention or promote or get out there. Hey, everybody in the Texas brewing scene or anybody that is brewing adjacent or knows a person that knows a person that knows a person. And I would just want to say, pass along that Liquid Lunch is bumping up their game. We are bringing you more shows, and we need to promote Texas beer because it's the best thing going today. So let those breweries know that we can have somebody jump on at a moment's notice once I figure out all the buttons. And we're going to be doing shows multiple times a week. So let everybody know. And tell your friends to watch the show. Oh, and back to Interbrews. Required Drinking is a series I'm doing with Keenan Zarling, and we're on a third. This one is Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. So we just take time to dive deep, let him express his expert, well-trained opinions and outlook on everything. And I just kind of sit there and nod and sip beers while he does all that. And so we've been doing those episodes. The podcast version will be up very soon, and the YouTube versions will be up hopefully in the next day or two on the Interbrews YouTube channel. So go subscribe there, and subscribe to Liquid Lunch on YouTube as well, because that whole thing is just, I like that interface a little better than here on Facebook. But anyway, we'll be on all of them. But also subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast directory. Even if if you're watching here, it'll help with our numbers and all that. So thanks for all your support. That's how you can support us. And I think that's all the things. Same thing with Interbrews. Interbrews now available on Pandora, Spotify, all the places. Working on Amazon Music. That should be coming up soonish, whenever they allow for that. But it's already in the works. So there you go. Okay, well, I'm going to wrap there because, it's already been 45 minutes of just me looking at a camera, and Huggy Bear left, so I don't know what else to do. Okay, everybody, thank y'all for your support, and thank you for watching today's episode. We'll be back tomorrow. Get ready. Get your beers ready. Noon tomorrow. We'll be back, and Kennedy will be here as well. So that's where I do this thing. Hopefully that works. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, yeah. And our 200th episode coming up at Thistle Draft Shop. We still got that. So got to figure out the date on that, Mary. But it's in the works. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
The preceding has been a presentation of Stewed Productions.